Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ozzy's Drives. Today I look like I come from the Sopranos, right? But there's a reason for it, and it's this. Bruno Sacco's W140, arguably the greatest S-Class that has ever been produced, with a whopping production price of $1 billion. But before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's go into detail of this magnificent piece. Since the 70s, the S-Class is always the flagship model that takes most development, the most advanced technique. It started back in the 50s, where the name wasn't really the S-Class. There was the ponton, the fin tail, but it really started to become an S-Class in the 70s. The second generation was the one we know about, the SEC, the SEL class, right? And then in the 90s came the S-Class, W140, designed by Bruno Sacco. And we Balkan people, and in general Europeans, absolutely love this thing because it's a mafia vibe.
S500. Yeah.
I mean, look at that beautiful black car, the Mercedes-Benz in the front, you know, the old style. Come on, just a beautiful looking car. Look at that Benz logo here, wonderful grille. It just reminds us of childhood. You know, we were looking up to people like this. This is Presidency's cars, VIP people driving in it, and still to this day is used in some Eastern countries as a VIP protection car. In German, they call this the tank because it was literally built like a tank. 2.1 tons in 1991. Imagine, accountants didn't have to say shit back then. It was all about engineering. They said, we want to make the greatest car you could ever get. In fact, this is ABS, ESP, and a bunch of electronics. But before we go into that, let me pop the hood and show you what the engine is all about. The car came with a bunch of engine variations, such as 6 cylinders actually in the 280 or 320, or this 500, which is an V8 5-liter engine, M119 with 326 horsepower that is actually able to accelerate this big ship from 0 to 100 kph in 6.5 seconds. Imagine, it will top out the 250 kph. They even had some crazier models like the S600 with a V12, and then later machines that had a 7-liter engine in this beautiful machine. That's crazy. Let's have a quick listen. But the craziest thing about this car is actually how it drives, because of the suspension and everything. And then when you go into detail and look just at the door, you will notice there are some things you never seen before. Look at that. This is a double glassed windows, which makes it library silent. When you're driving this car, you won't hear anything. In fact, some journalists back in the day said it was too silent. They got crazy driving this thing for hours. And if you close the door, look at that. Come on, we have soft close in a car from 1992. That's insane, and it continues to fascinate in the back. I mean, look at the trunk. Let me just open the trunk. Look at that. You see that? This handle comes out, which has a beautiful chrome finish, so you don't touch the paint. You open it and you use the same handle to close it. And once you close it, you will see it disappears again. Fun fact is, obviously it doesn't have PDC because that wasn't invented back in the day, but what it has is an antenna that will come out to give you sort of a perspective of how close you are to the wall. If we turn it on and put it in reverse, you will see the antennas coming out. Look at that. Look at that. Left and right. This was your park distance control back in the day. Obviously, only the finest materials will make it to the S-Class, especially from back in the day. First of all, everything you can see with the eye is covered in leather and uses some wood veneer here to make it more luxurious. This is covered in leather, the seat is covered in leather, the steering wheel is covered in leather. But if that wasn't enough, they actually have everything electrical. If we have a close look to here, this side, you will see that we can adjust the steering wheel position electrically. If you look at the door panel, you can see that you can adjust the seat electrically, which is insane for that time. You can open and close the windows from here. That's insane by itself. You have a roller curtain in the back. If I press this button, it will come up and it will go down. Look at that. Up for more privacy, down for backseat shootings. And then, if that wasn't enough, you even can put The rear passenger's headrest up and down electrically. That is insane, man. Let's be honest here. Obviously a panoramic roof. One thing manual, the rest electric, right? You can open it like this in multiple positions, up and down if you want it to look cool, or if you want the cigar smoke to disappear. And talking about cigars, of course there's going to be an ashtray. Check this out. Beautiful ashtray here. Very nice, and not this vegan stuff. It's actually here for you to put your cigar and light it on. Very, very nice. Now this radio here is obviously aftermarket. We have the climate control, which is by itself very interesting. If I turn the car on, you will see it. Let's put it into auto. You will see the climate control is actually changeable from Fahrenheit 2 degrees. Look at that. And it has 12 degrees here, which is the lowest climate I have ever seen. You can adjust from 12 up to 32 or high. That's crazy, man. Sometimes you have to scare people in life. That's why you black out the windows, and then you find yourself in the president's chair, which is by itself even crazier than everything you have seen before. Let me show you. Welcome to the rear passenger seats, and as you can see, I'm sitting quite comfortable, but if not enough, I can change the position of my seat. For example, put the lean up in this couch-like seat, or put it even a little bit down if I want to chill and lay down some more, right? Obviously I have an armrest which feels very good and comfortable with a lot of cushions and some storage compartment here. And if you're a lady that has been transported here and you need to check your makeup, whether you're looking good or not, you have a little light here, okay? And then you have your mirror in the front. Look at that. Lights integrated so you can check the makeup on yourself. If the driver is driving a little bit crazy, or you tell him, listen, I am in a hurry, here is a handle for you to hold yourself while he's accelerating this massive ship. So that is a beautiful thing. Now talking about the driving, let's experience that. All right, friends, before we talk about anything, let's just take a moment to appreciate the silence. Motorcycles passing by. Nothing. Library quiet, just as they said back in the day. Look at that fabulous ride. Come on, it's so comfortable. It takes on those bumps like you would never believe it. It's really such a comfortable machine. Look at that. Bumps coming up. I'm driving a little bit fast here. Nothing. ABS, electronic stability control. Come on, it's absolutely clear why 50 Cent had one of those. Y'all niggas better act right. There was nothing that could give you the powerful feeling such as this S500. And let me tell you one thing, it's not even slow. It's really not slow. You would never believe how cool this is to drive. It's so comfortable, and the steering wheel feel, you know, no electric steering wheel, you know, everything hydraulic and nice, you know, it's just a pure car, and that's what makes it so great. It makes me happy just sitting in it. It makes me happy driving and experiencing it. Seeing those old school German letters for the cruise control, Beschleunigung, Verzögerung, all of that, you know, this wonderful 5-speed gearbox that even has a B for brake when you're driving downhill, you know, 2.1 tons, brakes, etc. You know, you could brake like this. Look. It's decelerating. It's just like your electric cars today. And now, we talked about it not being slow, but let me prove it. Look at that. Let's just stop here. And a lot of people wonder, why do you love old cars so much? Come on. This is the reason why I love it. Floor. Look at that. Power comes. And that is 100. Come on. We're hovering here at 90 kph. Come on, can you hear anything? A car passing by, can you hear it? Nope. And I feel sorry for all the car manufacturers, people, the engineers today, because they could do better, but all of them have to watch out for costs and all of that. You know, we have to check, are there any clients that want to buy it? I mean, nobody would ever expect this to be such a success, but they sold like 450,000 units of this, and it was an expensive car. I mean, just calculate that. That's insane stuff. phenomenal, and all the Benz people love it. You know, even BMW guys love it. It's such a magnificent piece. I really, really love it. The drive is nothing else but amazing. I really feel like 50 Cent back in the day. Come on. You're sitting here in this couch-like seat, lighting a cigar. Very beautiful. Press this button. Ashtray, very nice. You know, if you have to shoot some people, open this glove box here, whop, take it out, bam, bam, close it back again. Truly, truly a wonderful thing, man. There's nothing else to say. And this, friends, was without a doubt my #1 favorite S-Class, designed by Bruno Sacco, the gangster class from the 90s that was talking about power, extraordinary elegance, and just beauty in design. Very beautiful times. I really wish they would come back. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.